Well, good day, friends. I'm Franky, and this is the Think Tank. So, we got some good news. It's sounding like they have possibly made an arrest. Let's look at this in the Moscow for unalivings. Let's take a look at this. Like, this is the best news. Everybody's thinking that they're so far behind and that nothing's happening. The fact that they were quiet, I really thought was a good sign. So let's see what we've got here. So Idaho unalivings updates. Suspects arrested in college students' killings, reports say. So it looks like we are going to, or have we? Let's take a look
We
at this.
started the day of the crime, and then that expanded as we got more investigators to the area for assistance, and we started putting together teams. And one of our team's sole job was to go through the King Road area, associated neighborhoods, and eventually the main thoroughfares in the city of Moscow, trying to identify video. Through our tips, through our leads, some of the evidence that came in, we start to identify patterns. And like we said earlier, we are confident that the occupant or occupants of that vehicle have information that's critical to this investigation. We also understand that even though there's sometimes a fascination with a particular case, some people simply don't see the news and may not know that we're looking for it. So if we get the word out there, hey, maybe your neighbor has one in the garage that they don't drive very often. Maybe there's one.
So I'm wondering, guys, do you think that this white car is what led to this arrest?
It's just not on the registration database. Let us know. So far, we have a list of approximately 22,000 registered white Hyundai Elantra.
And then the last report I seen on this Elantra, there was 90 that were at the school at the time that this happened. That's a lot.
That fit into our criteria that we're sorting through. That's an awful lot of information, but it may not be all of them. So
okay, so let's see what this says. Says a suspect has been arrested in connection with multiple the Four University Idaho students, according to reports. The suspect is a 25-year-old man who was taken into custody in Pennsylvania early Friday morning. This is coming from NBC New York. He said he was said to have faced arraignment on undisclosed charges hours after his arrest. The news broke out just after Moscow Police Department announced a press conference that will be held at 1 p.m. local time. So what time is it? I'll be on that, guys. Police Chief Fry will give an update on the ongoing investigation into the quadruple unaliving that occurred on 1122 King Road on Sunday, November 13th. It comes on the day that a celebration of life will be held for Kaylee and Madison at the Lake City Church in Coeur d'Alene on Friday. It's also cleanup day, so that's going to start today. And yeah, how sad is that? The day of the arrest, guys, like, wow, that's amazing. Hey, Jessica, Amexi, Izzy, Blifton. I know, right? It's the best news ever. So I'm curious, guys, do you think that there was an arrest because of that car? Yeah, I wonder if they tracked the car. Exactly, Blifton. Exactly. You know what? I thought maybe something was happening. Yes. Agreed. I thought maybe something was happening just because they were really slowing down on their updates. And that just made me kind of think, maybe there's something going on behind the scenes that they don't want to talk about. And I noticed in the Delphi case, I kind of learned there, just because they're quiet does not mean that they don't know. Okay, let's see here. Police to announce developments in the investigation into the unalivings of 4 university students. So Kaylee, Ethan, Xana, and Maddie. Moscow Police Department in Idaho. They're talking about the press conference. Police Department's announcement of the news at 1 p.m. local of 4 p.m. Eastern comes a day after the police said they have received about 20,000 tips and more than 9,025 emails, 4,575 phone calls, 6,050 digital media submissions, and they did over 300 interviews. So, okay, Pennsylvania, we have to figure out who this little shit is. No suspect, motive, or weapon has been identified. Talks about the girls, all the kids and their ages, saying that they were likely asleep and they were attacked multiple times in the early hours of November 13th. And yeah, they're saying in here, like, this is the first time in 7 years. And I mean, we've been talking about serial killers. We've named off a lot of our own suspects. So I don't know, we'll dig absolutely and see who's in out there. If they don't tell us at the press conference, somebody will have that. So even the warrant, maybe. So they did say yesterday that they are going to start cleaning up that house. A lot of people are saying, are you sure? Are you sure? Well, that's been 6 weeks with that stuff growing, literally things growing. I've never seen anybody with masks on that whole time. You'd see someone through at the very beginning, but oh, ick. So the police have said they're going to work with the property management services to remove potential biohazards and other harmful substances, and then will be returned to the homeowner. Okay, that's the Moscow. Unreal. Lifton, did you mention yesterday them not mentioning the car? Yes, I seen that. Good eye, Blifton. Nice. I know, Jessica. Like, who do you guys think this is? Do you think this could be one of the Jacks? Do we know? Oh my goodness. So that kind of eliminates everybody that's like kind of in that area, because I haven't heard of anyone leaving. I'm leaving the job to you, Biff. Oh, yeah, your computer. Yeah, well, they may have made a mistake on that one. Right? Right? I don't know. Do you guys think it could be a Jack or a Jack John? Or do you think this guy is going to be someone just out of the freaking blue? Let's look at another one here I've got. Best news ever. Unreal. I'm so curious. Is it one of those 90 cars that they've been working on? Suspect arrested in connection to University of Idaho murders. Let's check this out here. Yeah, this is awesome.
This is breaking news. Moscow murder investigation. Suspect arrested.
Breaking right now, an arrest has been made in the Moscow murders. An independent source is now confirming a man was arraigned this morning in Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Moscow police are now planning a press conference for 1 o'clock. If you're on Mountain Time, that means noon. And this comes 47 days since the murders of Ethan Chapin, Maddie Mogan, Kaylee Gonzalez, and Xana Kernodle. We'll stream that press conference live here on Nonstop Local. And in the meantime, we are hoping that we'll get some answers during that press conference. We want to know who this person is. What
this house looks so ominous now. It really does. Like, good on these guys.
What is their connection to the 4 victims? How the dots were connected to Monroe County, Pennsylvania. And what is the suspect's connection to Moscow and the 4 students who were killed? Right now, we're working to answer those questions. But again, an arrest made in the Moscow murders.
I want to hear that. Moscow, Pennsylvania, not Moscow. Why is my computer's being funny, guys? Sorry.
To answer those questions. But again, an arrest made in the Moscow murders that took place 47 days ago now, November 13th. hopefully closures for the families and the community that was deeply affected. We're continuing to follow this. We'll have live updates throughout the morning and throughout the day here on Nonstop Local.
Yeah. Independent sources, including family, have confirmed to Nonstop Local that an arrest has been made. So, okay, family have confirmed. I wonder where they're doing this. A man was arraigned on unknown charges on the morning of December 30th in Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Press conference is set for December 30th at 1 p.m. Yeah, nice. Nice. Hi, James. Nice to see you. Oh, no. Confirm them. Is that the Brian, the roommate to Jack? Let me look. Oh. Dude, give me a break. I'm looking too, guys. Like, I thought that John D had a roommate named. Okay, maybe not. I've got a David and a Ben. Oh. Aye. Thanks, Maxie. You rock. Well done, the police, for hard work on this one. Right, James? I totally agree. I know, Clifton. It's like, what the hell? What's going on? What's going on? Who is this guy? Give me a second. Oh, my God. I think there's two. Okay, there's Adam as a roommate, but I think he might have two others. I know. There's too many names been thrown around. I've heard of Dylan, Josh now, and someone named. Okay, so Dylan is possibly the girl, right? The roommate. And what was her boyfriend's name? Thanks, K-Dips. Yeah, Jessica, I think there's more than one roommate. Maxie. Well, the difference is this is an arrest. Exactly, right? Exactly. So is that information going to be, we need to know. Is this going to be everything? Was it a hunter? Hey, Diane. There's so many questions, right? And I'm going to put that up again. We need to know. Okay, I'm going to see what's in here, guys. Maxie's out there, or Maxie. Oh my God, sorry, Maxie. Maxie's out there. She's like doing her best to help me from and Blifton's busy. They've been great helps, let me tell you. Okay, let's see what this is. Idaho murders, 25-year-old man arrested in Pennsylvania. Oh, so I've got you turned off. What's going on?
The crime scene, as we're seeing new body cam video of one of the victims talking to police just weeks before the killings. Kana Whitworth is back there in Idaho with the new details. Kana, good morning to you. Police just this week pleading with the public for more help.
That's exactly right, Janae. Authorities saying that they're actually receiving new tips this week from across the nation. This as new video has surfaced of police officers responding to a noise complaint at that popular off-campus home that this morning is still a crime scene. This morning, new video surfacing of one of the Idaho murder victims as police track down new leads in the killings.
Hello, miss. What's your name?
Xana. The video, first obtained by the website Truth and Transparency, showing Xana Coronado opening the door.
Oh my God, guys, look at these girls. Wow. seeing them alive, right? What's going on?
Hello, miss. What's your name?
The video first
What's going on here? I'll do it again.
I'm so sorry.
the video from officer
New body cam video of one of the victims talking to police just weeks before the killings. Kana Whitworth is back there in Idaho with the new details. Kana, good morning to you. Police just this week pleading with the public for more help.
That's exactly right, Janae. Authorities saying that they're actually receiving new tips this week from across the nation. This as new video has surfaced of police officers responding to a noise complaint at that popular off-campus home that this morning is still a crime scene. This morning, new video surfacing of one of the Idaho murder victims as police track down new leads in the killings.
Hello, miss. What's your name?
The video, first obtained by the website Truth and Transparency, showing Xana Coronado opening the door of the King Street home as officers approach.
We can hear you from clear down the road when we were coming up here. We can hear the music, and that's
I'm so
where
sorry.
we're.
The video from officer-worn body cameras over Labor Day weekend at nearly 1 a.m. Officers saying it's the second time they've been to the residence that night.
Any outside music, any loud yelling needs to be done
Okay.
because we're not. Next time you're getting a ticket.
Okay.
Police telling us this was a common occurrence in the normally bustling
What
college
kind of
town.
calls do your officers normally respond to?
A lot of noise complaints.
The neighbors are being.
You know, and really that's not too bad considering there's 5 girls, really nice looking young girls who like to woohoo. It's not surprising that they've been there a few times.
Kept up.
Now, 7 weeks after Xana, her boyfriend Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Gonsalves, and Madison Mogan were found brutally stabbed to death, the home is still an active crime scene. Today, authorities say biohazard teams will begin the initial cleanup process of the 6-bedroom popular off-campus home. For more than 2 months, the murders have rocked this community. And while questions swirl, the victims honored now by their loved ones. A celebration of life planned tonight for lifelong best friends Kaylee and Maddie. But as Kaylee's father told GMA last month, this fight is far from over.
I'll fight for her, and I will help all these family members find some way to keep this story going.
Now, these families were given their children's belongings before those biohazard teams start their cleanup today. Once they are done, they will return the property to the management company. But Janae, as of now, they have no timeline for that.
All right, Kana, we know you'll be following the latest there. Thank you so much. Now let's bring in ABC News contributor and former FBI agent Brad Garrett. Brad, it is so great.
I think I'm still kind of shell-shocked. This is amazing. This is totally
To have you
amazing.
here in studio with us. Sending in a cleaning crew means that police are pretty much done with evidence at the crime scene. What does that suggest to you about where this investigation stands?
So every crime scene, of course, ends and you have to clean it up. So this one's a bit complex just because of the nature of 4 people, how they were killed. So it's going to take them a while to clean up. But just collecting the forensic evidence would have taken a while in that house. And then I have spent at crime scenes like this days walking through trying to figure out exactly what happened, maybe even trying to reenact. So they probably have done that, but it's just time to move on. I wouldn't take it that there's any additional steps found in this case or new information found, but it's time.
So speaking of the crime scene, the murders happened back on November 13th, but police say they're still awaiting some crime lab results. Is that unusual?
No, because if you think, Whit, about how much, I don't want to get graphic here, but how much stuff you would have to process. And if
And you know what? This is the thing. They've been doing a lot of processing. I don't know where the 113 number comes from, but they had to have a hell of a lot more samples than what they said to us. Like I don't know if it's in a different category, but yeah, there's got to be more. That house was full of evidence, I guess.
Bad guy moved around, and let's say he had blood on his shoes. All of that stuff would have to be picked up, processed. That's a lot of DNA to look for and other genetic materials. So not uncommon for it to take weeks.
Brad, police say that, they want the public to help them. They want information from the public, but they also say they've received thousands of new tips. What does that tell you?
Well, it's actually quite common. If you go back to Chandra Levy and the DC sniper case that I worked on, we got so many tips, we had to create phone banks. Now, the problem is a vast majority of them, Geo, are not worth much. Well-intentioned people, but they want to tell you the theory of the case. And so sorting out sort of what is real, what is not, or
Okay, guys. Wow. 25-year-old man arrested Friday morning in Pennsylvania's Pocono Mountains in connection with the unaliving of the 4 students. Sources said that the authorities knew who they were looking for and had tracked the man down to Pennsylvania. Unreal. A SWAT team entered the location. He was staying in order to take him into custody Friday. The suspect has already appeared before a judge earlier this morning. Moscow police officers, members of the Idaho State Police, Moscow city leaders, and University of Idaho officials will hold. They're talking about this news conference at 1. It's been over 6 weeks since Kaylee, Madison, Xana, and Ethan were all attacked in the all-female house. So do you guys think that there's anything to do with that? Because it was strictly a girl house, that it's going to be basically, what do they call that now? Femicide? I don't think that's how you say it. If you guys want women but can't get them. So we know that police said that the 2 are not suspects, the 2 girls that were on the ground floor. And they're still asking for information, which is interesting. So people know. It's been weeks since police and city officials have gathered for a news conference, and this is true story, choosing instead to release small updates through social media. And this new announcement comes as the U of I students are away from the campus for winter break. Wow. Unreal. Oh my, student, okay. Student from Washington. I heard the name Jason Elkins. Another person said Dylan White. I guess we'll definitely find out when the cops do the press conference. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, James. Incels. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to see if I'm going to mute out for a minute, and I'll see if I can grab a little bit more information on this. Okay, guys, I've got one more, and I'm probably going to jump off. Real life is starting, and I'll go through this fast, and I'll set up for that press conference. Man has been taken into custody by Pocono Mountain. If I try to here.
Into custody right here in Pennsylvania. Multiple sources confirm T5. He is scheduled to appear in court this morning. The case made national headlines, and police say that 4 college students were murdered in a home about half a block from the University of Idaho campus last month. 3 of those victims, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, Kaylee Gonsalves, they all lived in the house. The 4th victim, Ethan Chapin, was Kernodle's boyfriend and was staying the night at their place. 2 victims were found on the 2nd floor. The other 2 were found on the 3rd floor. Investigators say that all 4 were likely asleep and each stabbed multiple times, some with wounds that suggested they fought back against their attacker. 2 roommates on the 1st floor, who have already been ruled out as suspects by the police, slept through those killings. We have a reporter in the Poconos right now, and a press conference is supposed to start at any minute, but we're actually 4 o'clock this afternoon is what we're being told now. Stay with NBC 10 on air and online for these updates.
Okay, guys, so I think that's probably where I'm going to leave this, and I'll get ready to do that stream this afternoon at 1 o'clock. Now, I believe it's 1 o'clock Mountain by where, isn't it? I'm pretty sure where we're at. I know, right, Clifton? I don't think so. What was he doing in Idaho? Do you think this guy ran away to? I don't know. It's bizarre, right? Could very easily have done that. Hi, Karen. Action News confirmed the man's name is Brian Koberger. We will be tracing him down. Thank you so much. Probably watched the house multiple times. So yeah, what was he doing there? Holy crap. Okay, I am going to jump off and get ready for that press conference. If I hear anything before then, I will come back on. I'll probably start about 10 minutes before the presser. So guys, I will talk to you in the next one.